Join two sisters who'll explore the couples that fandoms adore. We write their stories in the night in the glow of computer light. Eyes connect, clothing flies. In our head, canon love never dies. Stencils that leave us pining in deep forums. We are mining for this journey. Better strap in, because we all know that shit happens.
Welcome to the podcast that explore fandoms and the couples they can't stop dreaming about. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Emily.
It's our Summer Fanfic Book Club, and this summer we're setting aside our quick visits into fandoms from across the internet to get hot and heavy with the world-famous fanfic, All the Young Dudes by Miss King Bean 89.
In each episode, we're reading more and digging into the fic and its central ship, WolfStar, or Remus Lupin and Sirius Black.
And we're pretty far along. We've read a lot of it.
Most of it.
It's taking over my mind in my summer. And I just want to say that I think I accidentally summoned Sirius Black. Just want to know how? Mm-hmm. This last week, I was on vacation. We were at the beach, of course. So that's what you need. First ingredient, number one, the beach. Number two, I mentioned a couple episodes ago how my children have now learned the song All the Young Dudes by David Bowie. And so we were on the beach and with my 2-year-old daughter, and I was like singing All the Young, and then she goes, Dudes. And so we were singing All the Young Dudes on a beach. And then all of a sudden I see this young adult walking along the waterline that's like dressed in 70s clothing and is pale, a little creepy, and had long dark hair, like as a boy, had like long shoulder length dark hair. And at first I was like, are we about to get murdered? But then I was like, wait a minute, no. I almost took a photo to send to you, Emily, but then I was like, no, that's creepy. That's a living being. Or it's an apparition of Sirius Black, because if you sing All the Young Dudes on a beach, the teenage version of him will appear. So they say. Urban legend.
They say. Like the new Bloody Mary.
Yes. Yeah.
Sing All the Young Dudes.
On the beach.
Summon a fashionable teenager.
Well, yeah, I know. But anyways, that's just how much this book or this fan fiction, this work of literature has permeated my mind. It's like I'm seeing the characters everywhere I turn. I'm also reading a lot more about the behind the scenes stuff of it as well. I think I was on like Reddit, one of the subreddits devoted to this, WolfStar or something. And I saw a post about the upcoming publishing of this fic as a standalone own IP. And there's, I guess, been some rumors over what the author's name would be because she's still anonymous, I believe. Mm-hmm. And so the latest draft that was purchased for like 6-figure a number, guess what the author name, the pen name this author is going with?
Taylor Swift. You seen the rumor? She's
yes,
Taylor Swift.
I did. I was going to say, when I read that, I was like, All the Young Dudes by Miss King Bean 89, maybe Taylor Swift, aka maybe Mrs. Kelsey something or another.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know all their details. But no, it's actually, it's funnier than that. The name is B.N. King. Get it? Like Bean King? King Bean?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Ben King.
Yeah. So it should be Mrs. Bean King instead of Mrs. King Bean. Okay, but back to the topic at hand. All the young dudes.
Right. So what section did we read this time? Section 6 of 7. So we're getting there.
5 of 6.
Close. 5 of 6.
Mm-hmm. We've done this for 2 months.
Yep.
We hope you liked it. We hope you wanted to go in detail.
Yeah, we're having fun.
We are. I feel like whenever I hear the song All the Young Dudes by David Bowie, which I went the first 33 years of my life without hearing. But I'll hear it again now. Actually, and then I heard it organically in the Minions movie. But anyways, when I hear it, I'll always remember the summer of 2026 and the time we read 500,000 words.
About Harry Potter fan fiction.
Yeah. And like the song took over my life and everything. Yep. But anyways, we're reading chapters 124 to 155.
And we actually stopped the right time.
Yes, at the end of 155, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. To be fair, just yesterday, I was at chapter 145, and I was like, hey, I'm ready for tomorrow. And then I looked at the notes when I was putting this together, and I thought, oh, shit. For some reason, I thought 20 chapters, not 30 chapters.
Yeah.
So then I powered through 10 chapters yesterday.
That's a time commitment now. They're getting long. It's taken many hours to get through these.
I put an audiobook on 1.5 speed.
Oh, there you go.
But anyways, and you could tell I retained it a lot better because what did it cover? I know off the top of my head tonight. We don't have to like suss it out and go look at the chapter titles. This is the final half of 7th year into Christmas of their first year graduated. Bada bing, bada boom. Christmas to Christmas.
Yeah, you get the end of Hogwarts. End of an era. And into the war. We've been waiting. It's happening. Kind of.
Is it?
Yeah, so before we get to the war, we got to get to what happened at school.
Which seems like a lot. There was a lot of chapters and a lot of words, but I don't really feel like the plot was moved forward that much. But I'll save that for my haterade section. Yeah. Because, of course, there is drama. And some of the biggest drama was right off the bat, which was Remus and Sirius making the relationship known to their friends.
Yes, they kind of eventually it like trickles through everyone. And I think we were speculating how James would find out. Sirius was going to tell him, but then there was the bombing at Diagon Alley. So it did get pushed back, but eventually Sirius and James do have a like heart to heart about it. And Sirius is kind of backed into a corner because James notices some kind of out of character physical affection between them. And kind of Sirius is like, well, now is the time.
Yes. And then like Remus gets booted out. He's like, okay, oh, you got
He's
this.
like, I'm going to let these two have their...
Yeah, which is actually like really sweet because like Remus is stressed or in pain or something. And then Sirius starts massaging him to like, and it was this very kind moment, very tender moment. And then they like look up and James is like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like Remus doesn't let anybody touch him.
Yeah. And here he's like,
Yeah.
my little magic hands with my dainty wrist. That Remus really likes. I never heard so much about a man's wrist in my life.
Well, James is, of course, like cool with it. And then Peter does find out by like walking in on them while they're I don't
hooking
remember.
up. Let's just say
making out something. Yeah.
They get sloppy this semester. Yeah. They are sloppy. Like everybody's catching them. They're just like sharing a bed in a shared dorm room. I have thoughts. We'll get to that. But not only does suddenly everybody, and like that's just where it starts. Suddenly everybody knows they're together. Like literally everyone. I'm surprised Snape doesn't know at this point. But you know what Snape does know is that he's a werewolf, and then everybody else finds that out too. I mean, this is like, and for the most part, these revelations go surprisingly well. For being a very anti-werewolf world and the 1970s. Everyone's really cool with it. I mean, Wormy's a little, but I mean, he walked in on them like, come on, guys.
And he has the room with you.
Yeah.
We'll get to that. Yeah. Poor guy.
But don't worry. It's not a big deal that they're gay together. They're in a relationship. Because everybody else is gay too. Apparently. It just was like, another one. I thought like DJ Khaled was at Hogwarts. And then the one that got me the best, because I mean, okay, right. Remus, Christopher, sure. They're 2 years apart, you know, or they're a year apart, whatever. There's got to be more than one or two gay kids in the whole school. I'll buy it. Then all of a sudden, Maureen too. Marlene, just like kind of out of the blue. And I'm just like, okay. And I felt like there was another one in there as well. And then suddenly, boom. You know who else is gay? Gilderoy Lockhart. What?
He shows up. Here he is.
All of a sudden, here's Gilderoy Lockhart. Remember him? Of all the characters to bring back from the original series, let's bring old Gildy, who we haven't talked about.
Right. He would have been around. But to be fair, I'm not sure he was even gay or if he was just like messing with Christopher.
But they were like getting physical from my understanding. And then he was like, oh, I just wanted to seduce you to learn about this prank. That's not, straight dudes don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't think.
And I think there were hints about Marlene. I can't remember them exactly what they were. I thought her and Mary had something going on, maybe.
Probably.
But actually, I think Mary's pretty straight.
Well, I think Mary's pretty much open-minded. I think she's,
she seems pretty cool.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
Oh, no.
We'll find out more.
We'll find out.
Merry Christmas, you blood traders.
Only one more section.
Right.
Everything's
It's going to be a heavy
serious
section. But yeah, okay, so let's get into it then. The boys are staying together in a shared room, right? Like they're just like, they've thrown out all the pretenses. They're just like, yes, we sleep in the same bed every night now behind this little thin curtain. And I did not care for that. I thought that was a tad bit disrespectful for the roomies.
I know. Me too. A shared. Yeah. At one point, Sirius's bed disappears. So it's like permanent. Like, this is what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, they were already doing it before. I mean,
yeah.
They had the Mauraders map, right?
Yeah.
So James has an awkward moment of finding out that he was in there. And so then it's just like, I guess cat's out of the bag, Here we are.
Yep. Yeah, just sharing a room with a couple. Oof.
Yeah, I don't know how. I guess people in college probably do it all the time, but I forget that. I forgot that part of my life. But then Remus gets all weirded out when Lily stays over with James one time. And he was like, you didn't tell me. I'm like, dude. Get the fuck out of here, man. Sorry. Pot, meat kettle.
Yeah.
And then like a chapter, like a half 6 months later, he's sharing a bed with Lily when they all get drunk at his house.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
And poor Peter's just their perpetual fifth wheel. There was like one time, like Sirius and Remus go up to the dorm. Lily and James are in the like common room, and Peter's just like, where do I go? Like, he's just like, hey, poor guy.
I mean, honestly, the things, and we'll get into it when we get to our Peter segment. I never thought I would be so sympathetic to Peter Pettigrew and going into this book.
He's single too. He's just always stuck with these two couples.
And like it forgotten.
His villain origin story.
I'd say so.
Traumatic.
But speaking of traumatic and origin stories,
yeah,
Maureen, that's not her name. Marlene, the now Sapphic beater for the Gryffindor team, who has a brother who's a professional beater. Oh, he gets the old grayback treatment from, I'm guessing, a different werewolf, though.
Yeah.
And now her brother is a werewolf, and that's kind of karma for her being such a brat about werewolves, I think. And also, she's like the only one of his friends to not put it together, and so then he has to tell her brother outright.
Right. Yeah, Mary figures it out. The Mauraders know. Lily, I don't even remember
figured
who
it
tells
out.
Lily, or she figured it out. I mean, he's sick every full moon. I feel like it's hard to hide. But yes, Marlene's brother is changed, and Remus just feels like the only way we're gonna like ever get better or have like better lives and treatment is, I don't like, to help each other out. And he's like, I can't hide forever. So he writes a letter to her brother, who then tells her, and then she has a real she has
meltdown.
to really get over that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like Remus is also doing some kind of like mental thing here where he's like trying to self-sabotage because he's like, oh, I don't need to take these newts. I don't need to do X, Y, and Z. What's the difference if I get kicked out of school today and if I graduate in 2 weeks or whatever? Which I guess there's no wizard graduation. It felt kind of, they kind of leave school and it's like very unceremonious to me, right? There's like no ceremony. There's no like goodbye. They're just like, and then they did the prank.
That was the ceremony
end of Hogwarts. Forever. I was like, I felt like it had to be a bigger deal. I don't know. It's kind of like the kiss where it's like, oh, okay, it happened.
Yep. Now we're done with Hogwarts.
Forever. Okay, but speaking of graduation, the final prank. What'd you think about it?
That was fine.
That's what. Okay, yeah, pranks. Nah. I was like, it was cute that they all had to work together, right? I kind of like the Dumbledore's army-esque of like getting everybody together and doing all this secret stuff and all the people working in tandem to make enough magic so that the Slytherins would, and then like the Slytherins had to work together to figure it out so they could learn a lesson about life or whatever. I thought it was fine. I didn't get what was happening. They just needed to make everybody go outside at the same time. All the other little diversions. I was like, what?
Yeah, I guess so. Everyone would see the Slytherin stuff show up. They float all their beds out above the lake.
Which
so
I was kind of thinking that it was going to be like on the roof of the castle, which was very Parent Trap. I was like, where have I seen this prank before? The Parent Trap.
Yeah.
Look it up. But anyways, I'm glad that now they're out of school, maybe we won't have to read about any more pranks.
Yeah, done with pranks.
Right. And outside of pranks, we get into real missions from the Order of the Phoenix, and Remus's missions all center around werewolves.
Ow! He's got to meet the werewolves. He meets quite a few more. So he gets his kind of first mission. Because, he's met Livia. He decided to do that on his own. He gets a mission from, I think, Dumbledore and Moody. And they think there's another werewolf in Hogsmeade. He's got to go find him. So he does. He sniffs him out and finds him in the Forbidden Forest. And so he kind of like, when he gets around where other werewolves, I guess the like pack mentality thing kicks in and he gets very focused in on finding them. So he runs into the woods, ditches his friends, and then uses special wolf magic to like throw up a wall so they can't follow him. But he does have Peter in his pocket in his little rat form, which doesn't amount to much, but
that was a big, Chekhov's gun that never went off.
Yeah,
like,
he just ran away.
What was the point of Peter even being there? I didn't quite get that. But he meets a tree spirit, and he like fights the tree spirit, but the tree spirit got the other wolf, and so he like chats with them.
Yeah, it doesn't go well. He's there to recruit him. Remus is like, I'm not interested. Liz and Livia show up. They kind of throw down. They're more powerful than him. They have full access to wolf magic, nature magic. It seems to be different than wizard magic. And so in the moment of need, I should have looked up. What does he think about? He thinks about Sirius, right? Yeah. Well, I don't remember what the exact moment. And he can expecto patronum, and he summons his Patronus for the first time, and it's very obviously a wolf.
What else would it be? Come on. Your name is Remus Lupin.
And you're a werewolf.
Thought it was going to be a panther?
Yeah. And he's a werewolf. I just, like, that's a cool Patronus. Like, I'll give you that.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah, like, I would be stoked. Can you imagine Peter's is a fucking rat?
Yeah.
I'm going to get you the mentors. Which I did not know that Patronuses were used for anything else. I thought they were just for Dementors. So maybe add that to the canon or fanon.
He's Patronuses. So he does.
Is a primary defense against them unless the folds of full Patronus can be used to send secure, unblockable voice messages. And its bright light can deter other dark creatures. Like Snidgets or scare away vampires. Okay.
I wasn't sure vampires are in this. I should have looked that up for canon versus fanon, but I guess it is.
Yeah, why wouldn't they be? They just don't sparkle.
We don't care.
Do you think I can soft rhyme killer and glitter? I'm thinking about tombstones for Halloween decorations. And I wanted to make one Eddie C. And it was going to say something like, too bad your mortal life went down the shitter, but at least something you can still glitter. And I was like, you can't have shitter on the front of your house. So I was gonna say you might have the skin of a killer, but we find out that not all that's gold glitters or something like that. But can you rhyme killer and glitter? Does that close enough? Anyway, soft rhyme. I have a few months to think about it. Because Emily, okay, Patronus is a wolf.
Yes. He fends off the werewolves during this conversation, he learns there will be a coordinated werewolves attack. He tells Dumbledore, and it all happens anyway. Nothing doesn't stop anything.
Literally nothing happened. And at this point, I feel like Miss King Bean 89 was like, you know what? We're just going to say the quiet part out loud. And Remus is like, what the fuck does Dumbledore even do? He's like, what's going on? Everybody worships the ground he walks on, but I don't see him do anything. I was like, T, sis. You know, I was just like, I loved it. I'm like, that's what we were all thinking.
Yeah. But that wasn't enough.
If that wasn't enough on poor little Remus's plate.
The werewolves.
He also has to come to terms with the fact that his mother has returned his email. his owl mail. I don't know why I thought of email. It slipped right out of my mouth.
Emailed him right back.
She did, kind of. Once she got the message. And he gets to go meet Hope, old Hope, for the first time in his life. And guess what? She's sick.
Kid can't win.
No, she's sick and she's dying. But
actively.
She gives him everything he needs, though, basically. Right? From a reunification with a biological parent. She's like, I love you. I talked about you every day. I always hoped you'd find me. Anyways, they bond. They like music. He finds out he gets a little bit from, he gets part of himself from her, not just old Lyle. His taste in music, his eyes, his standoffishness, an ability to talk about things real.
Yes. He learns how frustrating it is when the other person is just refusing to engage with certain things from their past or your past. And he's like, oh, yeah, this sucks for Sirius.
Sirius is like, really? You just figured this out? Yeah, she got mad at him because he was asking questions or something. And he was this is too familiar. Yeah. But among the other things he learns is that he has a sister who's 8 and, all this good stuff's happening. But, what do moms do in fiction, literature? They die.
Yep.
Only good mom's a dead mom as far as I'm concerned, right? When it comes to storytelling.
She showed up in this section, died in this section.
Truly.
Went to hospice, died.
She never lived outside of one episode.
Yeah. Yep. She gives him her address. He's like, I gotta go. And then he apparates. He's outside a hospital. And I was like, great. Excellent. Love this for him.
Yes.
And me.
Yes. And okay, so he's stressed. Homeboy's stressed. He doesn't have a job. I didn't quite understand what was happening here. Everybody else was just really busy with Order of the Phoenix stuff, right? And he's just hanging out at his house by himself all day. Right?
He got one mission. He thinks he flubbed it completely. And then, he's just got nothing else going on. He's just got kind of busy work. He can't get a job because he's a werewolf. He can get a part-time job. He can do something.
I mean, a muggle job or something, right?
Right.
Wait, so where is he? I missed this because sometimes I just listen instead of read. Where does he go during the full moon? Was that addressed? Does he go to the Potters or something?
Yeah, I don't know if it was addressed.
But regardless of where he changes, he does.
Not important.
He still goes on his mission. And that mission is much of his same as his first, which is to go try to connect with the other werewolves, get some intel, what's going on, bada, 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 bada. He goes. It does not go well in his mind. I think Moody was impressed, right? I didn't get the impression that Moody didn't like what happened. But basically, he talks to some wolves for 30 seconds, then he goes full Darth Vader and starts force strangling them, right? Did I understand that correctly?
I thought he was physically strangling him. But there was a magic component that was kind of keeping everyone else out of his way or something. Yeah. He does go pretty aggro on the main guy there.
Which we will get to at the discussion topic. Because I'm going to talk about something that I never thought was going to come up.
All right.
In this fic. Okay. But the thing that everybody cares about most, WolfStar. What were some of the big WolfStar moments? The ones
you get a couple
Yeah, you go.
Good romance stuff because they're together now and they're like together. They're a couple. They're friends. No, they live together.
Mr. and Mrs. Potter know.
Yes,
or Mrs. Potter does.
Yeah, they are a couple, and you get some cute romance moments. The two I noted, you get the Your Magic reprise where, like on Remus's 15th birthday, Sirius gets drunk. He throws up. He tells Remus that he's magic. This time, it's I think after he meets his mom for the first time. Remus gets drunk. They're going through the secret passage. He throws up, and then he tells Sirius he's magic. That was cute, and then. Remus he's not good with feelings. He doesn't know how to express them. He kind of tells Sirius that like he's not sure he can ever tell anyone that he loves them. Sirius says, well, that's okay. It's not something you say, it's something you do, which I thought was very sweet.
That was sweet. And Remus is instantly like, how do I do love for Sirius? And he's like, what can I do to show him that? And I liked that. I also liked that, Sirius kind of does the same thing where one time Remus is in one of his famous moods. He's going for, I think, his last transformation, or maybe one of them. This is right before Marlene finds out and gets really mad at him. And Sirius is like, what's wrong? Like, you didn't eat anything or something. And Remus is like, of course I didn't eat anything. My lip hurts. And I have to go transform into a wolf. And I don't want to throw it up everywhere. And it was my favorite dessert that they had that night. And I didn't get to eat any of it. And so then when he wakes up, he finds that Sirius had gotten him like a whole plate of that dessert. And there's like more than he could eat on his own. And I just thought that was really sweet. And it's like he shows that he does care about him.
Sirius is all about acts of service.
Yeah.
The whole time. He's just he finds an issue and then he just puts his own schoolwork aside to solve it for Remus.
Which, maybe I'm a little hard on him after all the events of the last section. But, or the 2 sections ago. But yeah, he's a pretty good boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. Now that he's like full in on it and accepted it. Yeah. Right. Because Sirius is always on Remus about his feelings. And so Sirius kind of puts his money where his mouth is, talks about some of his business because they never talk about his family or his mom. And so he talks a bit about his mom and you finally get some explanations. He explains some of his actions, which Remus didn't want, but I wanted.
Okay, that's fair. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Explain yourself.
Yes, it's because, Remus forgave Sirius, so from pressure, Sirius tells Snape where Remus transforms into a werewolf. So Snape was like gonna go see him be a werewolf. James stops him, but before he can get there, and Remus could have killed him. And I was like, that's too much. Like, how could you have done that to him? But he kind of explains like where his head was at. He's been not even kicked out of his family. I mean, he ran away for his own safety because they were torturing him. He's like, I never thought my mom would go that far, but she did. And he's like, I was scared and I just wanted him to be scared too. Because then Snape's coming after them. He won't leave Remus alone. He's like coming after Remus. So it wasn't so much he wanted Remus to kill him. I guess he didn't think that far ahead. I guess he just wanted to see him or something and be scared. Then he also explains kind of why he was so wishy-washy with Remus in before. So also his mother, I guess, can like read his mind. So in order to not have her pick up any potential feelings that he
gay
has.
Thoughts.
Yeah, he had to convince himself that he didn't have those feelings, and then it's hard to
unpack that.
Yeah. So he kind of had to keep it a secret from himself, which is why he couldn't fully commit to Remus until he was away from his family for a couple years by then.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I like this because, Sirius gets on Remus about not talking about his stuff. We don't really get a big window into Sirius's issues. We're so in Remus's head and everything that he's got going on. I feel like...
And I don't feel like Remus has a good grip on reality all the time either.
Yeah.
Homeboy.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to Sirius. So, yeah, it's kind of good to have him kind of lay some stuff out.
Right. And even after all that, I feel like they're not going to make it, though. I feel like the stressors of fighting in a wizard war and all that. I feel the tension growing.
Yes.
I didn't get the impression from this segment, like, while I can tell that they're mental about each other, right? That's something they say. I don't know if they're a healthy match. So I don't know. We're gonna see. Domestic life is like they're arguing over making dinner and stuff. I don't know. And then one of the things that I love, as much as I love WolfStar and I love them and I loved the pining, I love that Grant is just in the mix now, and I love that he's like, "Oh, I'm 5 minutes away."
He's so cute. Oh, he just shows up, and Remus is just so happy to see him.
I know.
They just have such a good time together. They're just, yeah.
And Grant is getting his life on the straight and narrow, and he's like, you need to do it too. You need to like get yourself in shape.
He
reads him. Yeah.
And then reads him, and yeah, it's like, you need to get over this. This is what you need to do. Yeah. It just sets him straight.
And it just, like, every time he's in the mix, he's just like he's so stoked. And he's okay, we'll get into this when I say it right now, because here's a serious question. I'm serious. Are you team Sirius or are you team Grant? Because I'll put my neck on the line. As much as I loved all the pining, I think I'm team Grant. Because I just think it's so sweet. I think that, like, he's just so happy with him, and he just treats Grant how he should be. I don't know. He's just like, no one's ever looked for me before. Grant said that. He said, I've run away a bunch of times in my life, and you're the only person who ever looked for me, and you did it twice.
Yeah,
and I'm just
sought
like,
me out twice.
And I'm like, okay, how Remus is Grant's Sirius is what I think is like. AKA, that's what Sirius is to Remus. Remus is to Grant, where it's like, oh, you're like this posh boarding school guy. And if you like, I can't believe that you would actually like care about me. And it's just like, because he just has such a low opinion of himself, right? That it's just like, I don't think that Remus and Sirius can ever connect on that level. I think Sirius is too on a pedestal for Remus.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was just so happy to talk to someone who wasn't like a wizard, wasn't involved with the war. Like, that is so stressful. And Grant's just this like safe space to be just like normal guy again.
He's so happy and he's so positive. Like, I don't know. He just like, I don't feel like he's ever complained, and he's had such a hard life. Oh, man.
And now he's going to school. He's getting
in psychology.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Oh. Baby Grant. Okay, you never said, are you team Grant or team Sirius? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, can't they just be a throuple maybe, or polyamorous or something? Is this where polyamory
Sirius and
comes
Grant,
from?
they're aware. Like, I feel like they have not like an understanding, but they understand each other kind of.
Yeah.
Like,
well, like, Sirius isn't going to be jealous of him, right? Because he like understands that he occupies a spot in Remus's life that he could never fill. Anyways, okay.
Yep.
So all this is going on. We're our danger scale. We have after we kind of recap what happened. We like to rate, where is our danger scale at 1 from a cozy Hogwarts shenanigans to 10. Oh lordy, old Voldy is at the door, and I know the violence and like the attacks are ticking up, but me as the reader, I don't feel any more danger than last section. Honestly, the bomb went off and I thought, oh, it's about to get real. And then it did.
They went back to Hogwarts and it was kind of the same.
It's kind of the same.
Yeah.
So I thought that they would be fighting for their lives at this point, like that Death Eaters would be coming for them. And we haven't gotten any of that yet. So I'm just going to still say it's 8. They're still like in a war-torn country, but it's just like they're not really doing anything. It's not really at their doorstep yet.
Things are happening to other people.
Right.
For
like,
now.
More Marlene's brother is the closest it's struck to home. Like,
right,
not even Pharaoh is dead. Pharaoh is dead yet, which is like,
yes.
But I did like that callback when Mary's like, man, he was hot, or I sure paid attention when he was our teacher. And Remus was like, don't I know it, girl? And she was like, oh, clap that. I was like, yes, go off.
He's like, oh, that was a crush. Yeah.
Well, he said it, and then he said it to Mary too, and she was like,
yeah. Yeah.
I love Mary. Like, I want to be Mary's friend. She's just running that school.
She had a great line where she's like, you can fight in this war. They're not going to treat you differently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, why are you doing this? And then she was like, because, I'm guessing Miss King Bean is a woman of the people. Miss King Bean was like, this is England, look at what they did to everywhere else. They piled in all of these soldiers from the Commonwealth, and they didn't treat them any differently after the World War II is over. And it's just like,
fought for them.
Yeah. And so I'm like, Mary's my favorite.
Oh yeah, she's like creeping around. She's trying to find Marlene. Like,
she's trying to bust her so she can't deny.
Yeah.
She's like, dang it, it's you two. I knew you were gay already. She's like, everybody thinks I'm dumb, but I clocked you all. Yeah. She's like, gay, werewolf, gay, rat.
Yeah.
Yes, Mary is our queen. Anyway,
I do want her to just get a regular job and like stay out of it.
I know. Like, just do
She was like, I'll probably just get knocked up and get married. I was like, girl, you can do better.
Yeah.
Get out of here. They don't deserve you.
Right. Oh, God bless her.
But yeah.
Okay, so I think we've already discussed some standout moments, right? So of the standout moments, the one that had me scratching my head the most, not because how did this come to be, but why was this included, was there is a scene where Mary makes a reference to her period, and Remus is like, what is that? At 17 years old, this man knew nothing about the female reproductive cycle. And I was like, okay, what does this mean for the plot?
Yeah. Why is this in here?
I was like, we could have gone another 500,000 words and it never would have been relevant.
Yeah.
Never. Unless Lily was like, I'm late. And he's like, what is it? Late to what? Yeah. Maybe that would have been relevant. But like, yeah. Also, it's kind of weird that you could be so synced to the moon cycles and have no idea that 50% of the population lives that way too.
They like never pieced it together. Nobody made any jokes. He's friends with women. Mary doesn't keep a whole lot of secrets. Like nothing ever came up. He's that
never
oblivious.
Once. He never saw a commercial for a pad like when he watched TV, which I don't know. Maybe they didn't allow that back then. But like. Yeah. Are gone in the girls' bathroom? Do wizard girls just like magic away the
maybe
stains?
They do. Maybe that's it. That was like the prefect bathroom's co-ed or whatever. Like
again, weird. James and Lily are always in there. Weird. Anyways, and then it was also funny. He's like, I grew up in a boys' home, and I'm like, okay, you should be hearing all kinds of horrible jokes then. Yeah. Sorry. And then
you should know more about this stuff then.
Right? And then Sirius grew up in a stuffy aristocratic home. Mm-hmm. Like, look at Bridgerton. Look how that turned out. But then Grant makes a reference. Literally, like, I feel like a chapter or two later, Grant makes a joke about being, what did you write? On the blob?
He says on the blob, which I had to, it's something about a woman being cranky or something. But I'm not going to forget that because it's so nasty. Apparently blob means something because I did like Urban Dictionary it, but I was like, ugh, I don't want to think about blobs.
Yeah,
in this context. Like, yeah,
somehow Grant pieced it out. He figured it out. Anyway, so I thought that was just kind of like when you think about the craft of writing, right? They tell you that every word has to carry the plot forward. That did not.
Not when it's fanfic.
I know. I was like, what?
Put it in there.
Why
not?
Why not? But the one thing I did like,
I didn't carry the plot, but I did enjoy.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. This next section, so preposterous that this would be a punishment. I guess it would be a punishment. Right. But then she
got mad when he did a bad job.
I was like, what are you thinking? And then, of course, we were talking about when Remus gets in trouble. And Professor McGonagall says, as your punishment, detentions, they don't matter. Obviously, you don't care. I'm going to have you commentate the championship Gryffindor versus Slytherin Quidditch match because Gilderoy Lockhart got slimed or something, jelly-legged by good old Christopher.
Yeah.
And he was hilarious. It was hilarious, I thought.
It was funny. Yeah, laughing out loud.
Yeah.
Ridiculous premise, but
yeah, ridiculous. Yeah. It was fun as well. This was spoiled for me because I had seen somewhere in the notes or like in my research about him commentating, and I was like, how did this happen? So I knew it was gonna come, but when it was still very delightful to read.
Yeah. Because it's Sirius versus Regulus.
He's like the good Black.
The good one. Yeah, Black the good one. Calls him Reggie.
Yeah.
Cusses. Yeah. He's like, why do people like that? Or I guess why people
Why do people play this sport?
Yeah.
It's so violent.
He's wrong. He's not wrong.
No. And why do children play the sport? But
right, crazy.
That's with our adult eyes. Okay. Yeah. What else was good?
So I really liked when Remus, he spends like 2 chapters thinking about his legacy. He's not leaving his like name behind anywhere. But then Peter loses the map, the Mauraders map. It gets confiscated by Filch. And Remus is like, you know what? Like, some kid is gonna break into Filch's office, and then they're gonna have to mean mischief to even open the map. And he's like, that's my legacy. Like, because he created it. It was his idea, and that got me because I was like, Harry gets the map. I forgot who got the map or how the map came to be and how Harry ended up with it.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, that like connection of like the maps like out of their hands, and he's like leaving it behind at Hogwarts as like this piece of his childhood for someone else to find, and then like Harry ends up with it. I was like, oh, he doesn't even know it's his dad.
I know.
I was like, is this a good story?
Well, I mean, that part was orchestrated by Joanne herself, so she gets some things right.
Yeah, but I liked that. And then around, I think similar, maybe same chapter, Remus is thinking about his legacy. Mm-hmm. And he asks, how do you become a ghost? And in order to be a ghost at Hogwarts, he would have to die at Hogwarts. And he thinks unlikely. And that just really took me out of it for a second.
I was just like, foreshadowing.
I was just like, oh no, it's going to suck.
But it would be kind of cool if he was a ghost, though, after that. I mean,
it could be. I don't know. Headcanon.
Yeah. But then I don't know, is the ghost himself, or is his spirit still resting? I don't know how that all works, but
anyway, yeah, those are some moments I liked.
Yeah. And now we get to the part where I'm a little bit sipping on my haterade here. And I think like we talked about it a little bit, we hinted at it. It's just like I feel a little worn down with just the breadth of this project, right? I'm like running out of steam. I'm not like as excited to turn it on as I used to be. Like once it's on, I'm like, yeah, I'll listen to it or read it. But I don't know. I'm not like, it's not occupying my brain like it was a month ago.
Yeah, I'm having to like set timers because I need to get it done.
Right.
So yeah, like I'm gonna read it for an hour. This chunk was a little bit of a slog. I think it's just once you get to the like bombing and the war stuff, and then they just go back to taking their test at Hogwarts. It's like,
yeah, it goes back to like teen drama immediately after, and I'm just like, okay. And it just and like you have written here, pranks are just not as important.
Yep,
it seems.
Well. Yeah, a little less charming. It pivots away. So yeah, it's like it's mostly, I guess, the couple drama now because like Snape's not around.
Yeah, he's vanished.
The Slytherins aren't around.
Yeah. It's just their couple drama, which I did not care about one bit.
Yeah. There's less of that, like you can't walk the halls. There was like such a good, like that great prank where they make all the Slytherins say like goofy things.
Yeah, instead of racial slurs.
Like a good like almost catharsis kind of thing, like what we all wish we could do to those kinds of people. With this one, they just put them out all in front of on top of the lake or whatever. It just wasn't as, I don't know, satisfying.
It's hard to come. I think it's hard to think of good pranks in general, and that one I wasn't like super. It was fine, right? Yeah. But yeah, I agree. I think we're gonna eat our words in this next section where we're gonna get devastated. Because these characters that we've known for like 2 months now of our lives, they're like over half of them are gonna die. So buckle in, because we're like nothing happened, and then we're gonna be like everything happened. But no, I agree on this one.
Maybe a kind of calm before the storm type of thing. You gotta get in this cute couple stuff so it's extra heartbreaking when it falls apart.
Yeah, like Valentine's and everything. I was like, I don't care about this. Also, Lily calls Remus Mooney, and I didn't care for that. I don't feel like she has the right.
Honorary Marauder has it
right. I'm like, oh, the girlfriend, your friend's girlfriend is now calling you by your like exclusive nickname. But then, to be fair, I still refer to some of my husband's friends by their college nicknames, and I'm like, okay, maybe I am Lily in that scenario.
So yeah, my gripe, my haterade for this section, is just kind of Remus's whole mom showing up just to die. I just don't feel it was super necessary.
As moms do.
Right. It's just like, okay, something else for Remus to be sad about.
When there's already so much.
Excessive, yeah.
So yeah, that was kind of a bummer. It got, like just an easy way to tug on our emotional heartstrings.
Right, yeah.
But I think she wanted to answer the question without it being like a huge thing, Like she wanted him to meet her, but she didn't want her to be a recurring character.
Yeah. I guess it's, good for him. You find out some stuff about his childhood. It helps him and Sirius develop their relationship a bit. But yeah, when he goes to her, her address is a hospital. I was like, oh my gosh, like I see where this is going. Like, really,
really,
how convenient.
I thought it was gonna be a mental hospital because she was like always talking about fucking werewolves and shit. Anyways, okay. Yeah. Next section, canon or fanon. A few things that I wanted to call out. Was Remus really a werewolf double agent, or was he just like a run-of-the-mill Order of the Phoenix? His super spyness is actually canon, and it is mentioned in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, chapter 16, that was his role in the army. But why are we surprised that Dumbledore is recruiting child soldiers to do espionage? So tracks. The other thing that I was curious about, as you talked about, I didn't really remember how the Mauraders map came in to the Harry Potter series. I do believe that the cloak was given to him by Dumbledore, right? Harry gets the cloak.
I thought he inherited it from his dad.
Well, he did. Somebody gave it to him. But, like, how did he get it at Hogwarts? Anyways, it was very much like, this was your dad's. Here is yours now. But the map, I was like, I don't remember that whole segment. So I was like, did they really lose it? And it is canon that Fred and George Weasley nicked it off Filch and from his drawer of confiscated items. We don't really know like how it got there. Like maybe the Mauraders gave it to a friend who gave it to a friend who then got it confiscated, right? But it was confiscated at some point. So that is a direct reference to canon.
And then they gave it to Harry. Cute. Yep. So, and then I did some research. I'm like, every time Remus has werewolf powers, I'm kind of hung up on it. Yeah. So you hear more about his werewolf powers. He talks to like a dryad. And there kind of seems to be like natural magic that as a werewolf he's more tuned into than wizards. So he's got like, he is magic where werewolves or where wizards kind of have to like harness and use the magic with their wands and spells and things, whereas Remus can kind of just do stuff. So I did some little Googling to see if that's canon, and it kind of is. So in Harry Potter, there is natural magic or ancient magic. That is a thing. So that's like the whole mother's love thing, protection.
Yeah.
Very big deal for Harry. And magical beings like house elves, they do have their own magic. So it kind of like maybe makes sense that werewolves would be more in tune with it. But that's not in the book at all. Remus doesn't have any special powers. He doesn't seem to be particularly more powerful than anybody else. And also all the references to the ancient magic thing, like a lot of it came from the recent video game.
Oh, no.
So I'm not sure if, how much of that was like around when this was written. So it's like, could be canon, but it wasn't in the books. But I do think it's a really cool idea. So props to King. Props to
I
Miss
like
Bean
that.
there.
I like that because it was funny because the ride was like, "You're welcome here." The bad part of you isn't. And he's like, "I'm only a werewolf once a month," and she's like, "No, the werewolf can be here. The wolf is natural." And I'm like, "So was this like man-made magic? What is mad?" It's just, I don't know. It was just funny.
Well, also, it's like a genetic mutation for them to be able to do magic.
Oh,
That's
is
what
it?
I learned as well.
Oh,
yeah.
God. That's like, okay, again, I keep drawing comparisons to Twilight, but it's like, once you start getting into the genetic stuff of like trying to explain these mythical things with genes and like science, I'm just like, don't even. We don't need to know. I don't need to know what makes a vampire sparkle. I don't need to know what makes a wizard magical. All I need to know is that you get a letter when you're 12, if you are one.
Yeah. Yep.
And you go and you pick up a wand from Ollivander's and you go to Hogwarts.
Right. And it's bloodlines, but also that recessive gene is out there. It could be you. That's what's important.
Okay, we're long again today. So let us jump into our quick count segments. 1, Peter Watch. Okay, my thought here. Miss King Bean, I like she was trying to justify why the Mauraders were so mean to Snape. I feel like she's also accidentally, I don't feel like this is intentional, she is telling us Peter's villain origin story, and it's making me empathize with this kid who does something horrible to his friends, because he's just always on the everybody's been Peter before. Like when Remus gets the announcer thing for the Quidditch game as a punishment, Peter goes, "Oh, I would have loved to do that. I would have been really good at it." And here it is inflicted on his friend as a punishment. I thought that was too far. I was like, poor Peter.
Can't win.
Literally, the world is out to get him. Snape, nothing. Literally, there's no update here. All I wrote down is, "Where have you been, Loca?"
Yeah. I feel like she built up their relationship to explain the like Snape's worst memory thing, and then now that that's over, we don't care. Like we don't
All
need
done.
him in this. Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's gonna come back at some point. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
He just shows up, gets pranked. He like planted a bomb, and then we didn't hear from him again.
Yeah.
Okay.
He just showed up to be whiny during the prank, and then that was it.
That's nuts. Anyways,
And he's like, "This is the final straw. I'm a Death Eater now."
he's like, "Yeah, that's right. What you gonna do about it?"
We gotta hear from him, but
Wouldn't it be funny though if Remus was like infiltrating the werewolves and they were like at the same meeting and he's like, "Yo, I'm on your team now, bro. What you gonna do?
What?
Say Snivelus. And then I'm going to die. And then 30 years from now or whatever, 18 years from now, when you're teaching this little kid, I'm going to come back and haunt you again." Oh, poor Snape. Okay. The other count, this is surprising numbers. There was a surprising turn of events here. The cry count. Emily, how many times did you cry during this section?
There were some emotional moments, mostly around, for complaining, they were mostly around Remus's mom.
That's where she got me too.
Yeah. So it was, one line almost got me. It was the "I think I like her." But the one that did end up getting me after Remus tells his mom that he loves Sirius. He says, I think Sirius loves me too. She says, that's good. And from her hospice bed, she says, like, that's all you can take with you is the love. And then it actually reminded me of a line from Nona the Ninth, which I read earlier this year for this podcast, that had a line that made me for real cry. And then I like cried about that again.
What was the line from Nona the Ninth?
So in Nona the Ninth, Nona is... She's going to change. So she doesn't have her memories. She's getting her memories back. And when she gets her memories back, she won't be Nona anymore, right? She'll be someone else. So I think she asked Paul, like, what if I don't love you anymore? And Paul says, you loved us. We loved you. It's finished, but you can't take loved away. That was the line. You can't take loved away. And it was just that, like, no matter what happens and people change, but like the love was there.
Aww.
You can't take it away, right? It's always going to be there. And even if she changes and Paul's already changed. So anyway, that, like, I don't know. And then I was like thinking about that line again and then I cried.
Okay, fair. This chapter, I wrote down 2.5 cries. At first it was just 1.5 cries, and then I had another separate cry last night. And again, it was about damn hope. Hope gets me. I can't. The first one was when she was talking to Remus, I think initially in the first meeting, and she says, is there somebody who cares about you? Right? And it was just like, one, that was a double whammy, because it was like, all you want is somebody to care about, like she couldn't care for him. So she just wanted, like, for your kid, you just want somebody to know somebody in the world is going to watch out for them, especially after you're about to die. Right. And then the double whammy was that he listed all these people who did care about him. And I was like, Remus, that's so far from where you were. Chapter 1, like a kid in a dungeon in a boy's home. And now you have all these friends and like everybody loves you. And I'm just like, it was a double whammy. And then I feel like I wanted to cry later that chapter, but I don't remember why. I just remember the half. It like almost got me. And then the second one, the full one, was when Remus was like, I never had any good Christmases. And she was like, yes, you did. His mom said, yes, you did. And she recounted all of these toys he got and all these like Christmases that they had together. And that one got me because, like, she gave him up when he was 5. And, like, I have my son is almost 4. And I was just, like, thinking about our Christmases. And I was just like, how? So I was just like, that got me emotional from that perspective. It's just like, what if he had bad Christmases after that? It would be sad. That's for sure. And that's why I cried. And now I have taken over the lead of the cry count with 4.5 cries, even though I can't really remember the half cry.
I thought I had a half cry in here too. I've deleted my previous cry, so I don't remember what it was.
You'll have to go back and look at our old notes.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what the half cry was, but it was, I think it was when I was cooking, so I was distracted. Now I'm crying now, but that's because I drank too much alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
but we're some probably big changes here. But it might just be one continual cry. We'll see.
I know. I feel like this is where things are gonna pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
In this next section, do we want to do our discussion, or do we just want? We have to discuss the one point.
Yeah.
And that is that I did not expect the Omegaverse to appear in all the young dudes.
This should have been, is the Canis. Are there Omegaverse dynamics in Harry Potter? And that is because is Remus an alpha?
I was like, this is like giving Omegaverse, where he's just like, my wolf form is the alpha wolf form. And I'm just like gonna like boss everybody around. And I'm gonna like sniff out my Omega.
So in the first, after the bombing, Sirius wants to help. He wants to stay behind. Remus does not want this to happen. So they have a stare down, and something distinctly canine passes between them. And then Remus wins. He like overpowers Sirius with magic. But I wrote that down because I like that distinctly canine, because they're like dog and wolf.
Oh, yeah.
But I was like, yeah, they just had like a little like, I was like, what could that be? And I was like, I think it's like a pack thing.
Yeah.
Like, who's in charge? It's a dominance thing. And then at one point, James says that when they are hanging out as their animal selves, the wolf always has to be in charge. And then when confronting werewolves, Remus can't back down. He literally goes for the throat.
Yeah.
When one of them pushes him too far and kind of attacks him first. But yeah, it's like, and the other werewolves around weren't like that. It's just him. He has to be the boss.
Yeah, I'm saying that's big omega or big alpha energy.
Yeah, it's like, is he an alpha or is he just his wolf's just bossy?
Right. But I mean, okay, so that raises so many questions, Emily.
Yes.
So does that make Sirius omega? And so then, okay, so this is something I learned is a very, very important debate in fandoms. Who do you think's top? Who do you think's bottom?
I don't know. I am not as interested in that. Just yeah, I feel like people do what feels good, and it's not necessarily always a exclusive thing.
That's fair. I mean, that's the responsible adult answer. But Emily, who do you think is top, and who do you think is bottom?
I'm trying to think of their like encounters in the past.
Okay, so my thought, as I have thought about this, is I originally thought Sirius would have been, because he's the one who originally pinned down Remus to like make things happen. But as we learned about the werewolf side of him in how Sirius's wrists are so dainty, I think that Sirius is in fact the bottom. Is my perspective. But I do share your opinion that, you know, why limit yourself? Mm-hmm. You can just scourgify all those bed sheets. Go at it.
Just do whatever feels good. Yeah. And Remus does use sex at, like, instead of talking, he's just like, or we could just bang. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, he does kind of call the shots, because it is a power shift from the beginning where Sirius was like, hey, you know, like it was all on his terms. And now Remus is like, I don't want to talk about it. Let's do something else. Sirius is like, okay.
Yeah, he's like down.
Yep. Okay, I stand by my assessment. Well, I wonder what the fandom thinks. I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
I know.
I keep myself from reading too much about it because I don't want spoilers, even though I know exactly how it's going to end.
Yep.
And speaking of how things are going to end.
Yes.
Predictions.
Final predictions.
I think a lot of people are going to die because they have to, because I have read Harry Potter.
Yeah. It's most of them. So instead of saying who we think's going to die, Ferox, number 1.
Yeah.
And the ones we know are going to die, which is everybody else.
Lily, James.
Yeah.
Others.
Potter's, James's parents got to eat it.
Apparently. We just learned that.
Yeah. But who do we think might make it? But who's not, like, in the books?
Who might live that's not in the books? Yes. I'm pulling for Mary. I don't know about that one. I might have read a spoiler. I can't remember. I know one of them kicks the bucket, but I'm hoping it's not Mary.
Okay. Because, you had said something which led me to believe that they both might not. Yeah, so I'm kind of not hopeful there.
I'm not hopeful. I don't know if she's going to make it past Christmas, Boxing Day or whatnot.
Yep. So who I'm hoping makes it, who I think may make it, is Christopher.
Christopher!
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, I might be sadder if he dies than some of these other characters because I know they're going to.
Right.
But him I have, like, hope for.
Yeah, I'm thinking we never hear from Christopher again. So I think he's going to be safe. To be fair, I was looking for fan art for the cover, and I was like looking at the suggestions that Google gives on the top, and one of them was Christopher, and I just dropped whatever I was doing and clicked on that. I was like, let's see what Christopher looks like. It was cute.
Aww. Yeah. So I'm hoping. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anybody, but if Miss King Bean takes a page from J.K. Rowling's book, she's just going to bring back random people to die. Like Colin Creevey. Like, what was that about? Why did we need to know that? But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of who else is there. We know most of their Gryffindor friends. Maybe Marlene's girlfriend. Maybe.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll be reminded. I think Christopher's going to do it. I think he's going to pull it off.
I think so. Because I'm not sure he'll join the order. Because he seems more like taking it,
Yeah, and he's got a pureblood family, doesn't he? So he's like kind of set.
Okay.
He might go into hiding or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I'm hopeful. And I want Mary to go back to
Jamaica or wherever.
Jamaica.
Get out of there. Don't come back.
Girl, just leave. It's not worth it.
I also learned that if you go very far into the Harry Potter fan wiki, or one of the ones I was on, and there's not actors who portray the characters, those characters will be depicted as Sims. Because I searched werewolf army. It's just a bunch of Sims werewolves. And all these other characters made in Sims. And I'm just like, okay, these are my people. I need to get Sims werewolves, and I need to make one named Fenrir Greyback. I get it.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't remember that expansion pack, but it's like a newer one. It definitely is one.
Yes.
I do know. That
I love The Sims. I don't play it anymore because I don't have time.
Yeah, you need a solid 8 hours to really commit.
Yeah, instead, like at least 3 to make the characters, right? Yeah. And then a couple minutes to be bored of them. No. Yeah. Oh, but anyways, I just thought that was funny. Instead of like making artwork, they're like, to The Sims, create a Sims.
The best character creator out there.
That is true.
Yep.
Okay. And I think the biggest prediction here.
It's not really a prediction, but
preparation.
We know what's coming. We've got one section left. Get ready for the boy.
Let's hear it for the boy.
The boy, he's coming. He's coming.
I'm excited. When you first mentioned something that you read about Harry and Lupin in the fanfic, I was like, because I was like, that makes it too real. That makes it too real as being like a fanfic. But that cherry's been popped with me actually trying to write, So I'm just like, you know what? Bring it on. I want to see Harry, and I want to see a different side of him. I want to see him coaching adult men through their relationship problems. Let's do it.
How much do you think he'll be a character? I think it might just be like and then I saw James's son, and he looked just like James, and
I hope he has dialogue.
Then I was angsty about it. Yeah, be more of like a character.
I hope so. It's fanfic. He has to be.
Mm-hmm.
If he's going to be
Harry
in it.
Potter.
I was kind of hoping, it might be kind of nice if they just left it at the end of Hogwarts, but I guess it's like, I guess we just have to watch them all die.
Yeah. I think Grant will get his time, so that could be fun.
Yes. I think he's going to live. I think he's going to make it through. Because at the end of the world, all this Wizarding War bullshit meant nothing. In the grand scheme of life on Earth, meant nothing.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
Correct. And we are going to the end next time. So if you are reading along with us, we are going, as we talked about in heavy detail, all the way to the bitter end, folks. In the next section, we'll be back to talk about it. And I feel like it's going to be a thing. As much as I was kind of like, okay, I'm kind of done reading all the young dudes, I think I'm going to be devastated. Like, freaking Remus Lupin has been my friend this whole summer. What am I going to do when he's done? What am I going to do when all his friends are dead? And himself? I'm going to start over. No, just kidding. I might read some other fanfic, though, when they're alive and happy together, because that would be kind of nice.
Yeah.
I don't like endings.
That's why it's out there. That's why people write it.
Right.
We can make it better. Happy
Maybe I'll write some of my own. Well, if you enjoyed our summer read along, please leave us a rating or review wherever you get your podcast. As always, send us the couples you want us to cover. In the fall, we'll be back with our regular style of actually like digging into different couples every 2 weeks. So let us know who's a couple you like or just want to know more about, understand why people are shipping them, or since we liked reading fan fiction this summer, we're gonna have it more heavily emphasized in the fall. So if you've read a really good fic or a really weird fic, send it to us and we will read it and like cover the couple that's in it. And you can send those couples to us at shiphappenssisters@gmail.com. I don't know why I went that voice there, but I did. It came out. It felt natural. Okay, that's it for us for this week. And you will know that we will be back here in 2 weeks to get into all the nitty gritty of all the young dudes. Because after all, we're in deep ship.
Ship happens.
Just apparated right out of here.
Yeah.
Why is the leave button red?
Let's get into it. And then you're gone.
It is funny every time.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was just like, that's how it feels to apparate. Boom.
Yep. Boom, you're gone.